Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. I'm Mike Amos, and we've got a great show for you today. We've got the, Gene LaLiberty, tell us the name of your group.
It's the Troy City Schools Education Foundation. We're a group that raises money to fund teacher grants to really enhance the educational experiences of our students throughout the Troy City school system.
Yeah. With us, of course, is Dr. Gene LaLiberty, Chris Huna, and Michael Bunn, and these are all members of this association or foundation. Is it, what do we call them?
It's a foundation.
Foundation to help raise money for public schools in Troy. Is that right?
Right. We raise money for teacher grants. Teachers make application for special projects. Sometimes it's field trips. Sometimes it's just a really neat experience for the kids. Like, for example, the Model United Nations project, things that really enhance the educational experience of our students.
Of course, Gene LaLiberty, retired teacher and administrator at Troy University, and of course Chris Huna, my good friend, and comes from a group of people that have taken education serious over the years. I believe about every one of them are engineers.
Right. Mother was a teacher.
His mother's a teacher.
Wife's a teacher.
Yeah. And my husband was a teacher.
That's right.
And
Michael Bunn
wife was a teacher. Yes, that's right.
And Michael Bunn is a local attorney who is running for office. Is that right?
That's true. Although we're here to sell some.
I know it. Well, I know, but he wants to be your probate judge. Is that right?
I like the way you say that, Mike.
I've known Michael a long time, and you've educated a lot of your kids have been educated in the Troy system.
My
and
sons have been educated in the public school system here.
Gene, how important is it to have a group that can come in at different times and intervals to help fund some projects that are much needed for our kids?
Well, it's absolutely critical.
schools.
It's absolutely critical because we need a strong public school system. You know, public schools are what attract new industry, and you can see with all the new industry coming into Troy how important it is to have a strong backbone of public education. You know, private education can be important as well, but the backbone of the system are our public schools.
No question about it. And of course, we've got a cake auction this morning, and we look to sell a bunch of cakes and pies, and we're talking about some good cooks. And ladies and gentlemen, today, something that my wife's always asking me to ask people to do is to make casseroles.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what kind of casseroles we got out there this morning.
We've got several casseroles. My good political friend here made 2 hash brown casseroles.
Wait a minute, you mean Michael Bunn is a cook?
Absolutely.
Do it all, Mike.
I mean, gourmet cook. Michael Bunn is a gourmet cook, and he wants to be your probate judge.
We have 2 poppy seed chicken casseroles. We have 2 chicken wriggle casseroles, which is a vegetable chicken noodle medley. We have the spaghetti casserole.
Oh boy.
We have some pretzel salads. They're at the bottom.
And then there's some downright, there's some good old-fashioned quiche. Is that right? Or are those,
no, we don't.
Those coconut pies?
Those are egg custard pies.
Egg custard.
And I made those myself, so I can highly recommend them. And then we have tea cakes. We have several cakes. We have a Scottish pound cake with coconut icing. We have a vanilla cake with buttercream icing, and we have 2 chocolate pound cakes.
And the bids are going to start at $30. Remember, this is to raise money for the Pike County Education Foundation in Troy. And this is mainly Troy, is that right?
It's Troy City Schools.
Yeah.
But one of the things, you know, we'll tell you the prices that we're asking you to begin at, but we'd encourage everybody to add a little bit to your check, if you will, because this is going for a wonderful project for our city schools.
No question about it. And of course, Michael Bunn, I want people to know a little bit about Michael today. You came to school, did you come to play football, or what did you do when you came to Troy?
I came to Troy to be a student. I decided
from South Florida, is that right?
That's right. down in South Central Florida.
So you were an orange picker at one time, is that right?
I did a little bit of that kind
Tell
of
me,
stuff. back
tell
when
me
I was
the
a kid.
honest and goodness truth. Truth. Have you ever picked an orange off a tree?
I've picked an orange off a tree. I've never been paid to pick an orange off a tree, but I've picked an orange off a tree.
And of course, you were born and raised where?
Well, heck, Mike, I feel like I've been raised in Troy, but I grew
Well, I
up
know
down
you lived here longer than anywhere. You're
I
right.
have. I was born and raised as a child down in Florida and moved up here in 1989. So.
What town was that down
Winter
there?
Haven.
Winter Haven.
Polk
Know
County.
it
We got a
well.
lot of Troy connections down there.
Know it well. John Deuce, a good friend of mine, came out of Polk County, and his
That's
his son came to school up here. Did you know him?
I knew him very. We knew each other as much from home as we did from up there.
And then Gus King, who cooked the hog the other day, he's from Bartow.
That's right. That's right.
The legendary and great Billy Bruce is from Bartow.
as well.
I
That's
didn't
right.
realize that.
Oh yeah, I try to keep up with where folks are from. Now he was born and raised Troy, never been out of the city limits of Troy.
That's right.
Brother, he.
All right, so trivia. Where was I born?
I know exactly. You were born in New Massachusetts.
No.
No, I know you went to Clemson to school, but you weren't born up there,
No,
were
I was born in North Carolina.
you? Oh, okay.
And
Raleigh,
Smithfield, North Carolina. And whose hometown is that as well?
Midfield, North Carolina.
Smithfield.
Smithfield.
Mhm.
Smithfield. Man, I don't know.
Ava Gardner.
Oh, Ava Gardner. I thought she came from somewhere overseas.
Oh no, she. In fact, her aunt lived next door to my great aunt.
Are you
So
serious?
long time ago, Mickey Rooney rocked me to sleep.
Mickey Rooney and Ava were a pair.
They were married at one point in time.
Were they?
Yeah.
How short was Mickey Rooney?
What?
Have you ever seen him?
I was about this short at the time.
They're the same height.
Have you ever seen Mickey Rooney?
Well, again, yeah, when I was
You're a little bitty guy.
yeah, when I was little bitty. So.
Of course, the most important thing we do today is to raise money for our kids.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And how many kids did you are in the kids and grandkids in your realm?
Just 3, Mike. No grandkids.
I know. Well,
Don't
I
put
mean,
that
what I'm
on me
saying,
yet.
you've raised 3 kids.
Have 3 sons.
All of them graduated now.
2 still in the system, and 1's graduated and gone on to college.
Chris, how many do you have?
I have 3. I have 2 at the high school, a junior and a sophomore, and then 1 at the middle school, an 8th grader.
Of course, Chris, outstanding athlete and baseball player and an engineer. Did all of you boys make engineers or what?
We have. I have 2 brothers, older, 1 younger, and we're all civil engineers. So Herb stressed the importance of education, and we saw that we're interested in what he did and are following along his footsteps.
Well, let me
better
tell you
say
this:
Herb
if you could follow his footsteps, you followed a great man. He is a super. Everybody that knows Herbie Hunter knows he's a great man, and we appreciate the things he's done, not only as an engineer and your family as engineers, but you've been very involved in the rec programs in Troy and helped make it one of the best programs around.
Yeah, I enjoy being with young people, whether it's the baseball program or the basketball. It's just like a teacher. You're just trying to enhance a child's life and provide them with opportunities they may not normally have and let them see something. So, just like the Education Foundation, we supplement the school system and again try to provide opportunities outside the normal brick and mortar walls. Like I said, like Gene said, it may be a field trip or bringing some kind of activity to the school. We just try to make it a memorable experience and like again to supplement what the teachers are doing in the classroom, because they're the on the front line, so to speak, and they provide the day-to-day instruction and development of these children in our community.
Got to mention this today. Pike Liberal Arts, the Patriots win the state 3A championship in baseball, and of course, Chris Henry, you coached a bunch of these kids, didn't you?
I have. I was able to see the second game yesterday. It was very satisfying, and to see a lot of those guys that I've coached since they were 8, 9 years old in the rec leagues, and I know a lot of their parents, and it was just, it was a a culmination to a lot of years of hard work for those guys, and it's paid off.
You know, you've coached a lot of baseball in your days. Have you ever seen an outfield that was so good as that team?
It was very strong. It's
I
probably
mean, they made
defense-
catches that you would not have believed.
Right, defense was probably one of their stronger suits for the
Yeah.
on their team.
Oh, yeah.
It makes up for a lot if you can cover all that.
And they
ground.
played what we call small ball, bunted the ball all
Right.
day long, and the pitcher, which you watched grow up,
Right.
Drew Nelson. When even when you got on base against him, then if you I know Gene's a ball person, and all of these guys have been around baseball. He wouldn't let them get off base.
No, he did.
I mean, when they got off base, he picked them off.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
Coach
And-
Ponder, he stresses fundamentals. It's
Yeah.
very evident, just observing the games. And like you said, the small ball and the good sound defense are just, again, the coach is just like a teacher. They're providing.
That's
They're
right.
providing instruction for young kids and their development, and a baseball program, just like a school system, needs a lot of support. Support.
And
of the
I've been
community.
in South Florida. You grew up in strong rec programs, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we had great rec programs and great programs in the city schools for all. of our
One of
sports.
my wife's first cousins lives in Auburndale,
That's right.
and of course that's Marvin Wiley and his wife Patty, and they both were educated here at Troy, and he was the mayor of Auburndale for a long time, and in fact he coached your daddy at one time. Marvin Wiley did, and
But
of course
you know-
still lives in Auburndale.
It's an exciting year this year for little old Troy. Our Charles Henderson lady basketball team won the state
Oh, yeah.
championship, and now Pike Lib has won the baseball.
No question
So
about
it's
it.
a
It's
great
always
year.
good, and it's not surprising though, Michael Bunn. You've seen a lot of ball, but not many places played better ball than Troy. Is that right?
I agree. Listen, we've got we're not the biggest county in Alabama, but by golly, we've got great coaches. We've got kids that really care about the sports and try hard. And they're doing great things in
Yeah.
academics too. I don't want us to forget about that. All the school systems have done really good things this year.
Well, two of my real sweethearts are sitting right out here. They're ready to go. They're ready to help sell some cakes. That's Candace, and who's that out there now?
Lynn Melton
Lynn
and
and
Candy
Candace.
Shaughnessy.
Lynn, of course, with Charles Henderson High School, and Candace with Troy University, and of course you're off for a while. Is that right, Candace? After tomorrow, she gets a little vacation, and you always look forward to that, did you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You automatically go to school, go back to school, and realize that I am retired. Is that right?
It's a
and
great
David,
day.
of course, was in education a long time,
Yeah.
and we're glad that you and David settled in Troy.
Well, I appreciate that, but we love Troy. It's a
Of
great
course,
community.
you're a naughty Clemson graduate. Is that right?
No, I taught at Clemson.
Oh, you taught at
I'm a
Clemson.
UNC graduate.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
University of North Carolina graduate.
But I will have to say, you did notice in Sports Illustrated, Clemson's picked number 1 in the way too early preseason
Oh yeah,
polls.
oh yeah.
Gotta get that
but,
in.
But remember, they got to beat Alabama.
I know. It's been the Alabama
Of course, Chris
Clemson
is a
show.
huge born and raised Auburn guy, and
That's right.
Bud,
That's right.
yeah,
I'm a
as
Troy
a
fan.
politician, you're right. I'm a Troy fan too.
Me too.
But as a politician, I like both of them. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of cakes and
Yeah,
and
so please
pies
start
and-
calling. We'd love to sell them to you.
And of course, we're gonna these casseroles. Man, I can see a Mother's Day casserole made by Lynn Melton. Is that right?
Yeah, corn and
What is she? Okay, so she got a casserole out there. How many casseroles do you have out here?
I made 2 poppy seed chicken casseroles and
Oh, and I
those
love
2 egg
'em.
custard pies.
I love them. All right, I'll start the bid on that Papa Seed casserole for $30.
All right,
All right, thank
okay.
you, Mike.
All right, all right. So we're off and running. The telephone number is well. Let me tell you, 670-0052. 670-0052. Now, if you don't want to come into me or and talk to us, you can just leave your bid with my man in the box up here, Scott, and he'll take your bid. So, but we would love to talk to you. As it is a Mother's Day, and
Would be a great Mother's Day
That's right,
gift, so
great
Mom
opportunity.
wouldn't have to
Yeah.
cook on Sunday.
And it just so happens when Mother's Day comes around, you've got how many grandchildren now?
Two.
Two, and so you spend a lot of time between Troy and Wisconsin or
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nebraska, excuse me.
And we're playing Nebraska
By the way,
this year.
I was going to tell you. By the way, we're going to beat Nebraska at
I
Nebraska.
think so.
All right.
And I think it's a good year to play them because Frost just got there. He's a real good
Exactly,
coach.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Of course, Michael Bunn, what did bring you to Troy?
Well, Troy recruits all over the world. You know that.
That's
and,
right.
They came down to recruit students in Florida, and it sounded like a great idea. I got a great education and it was affordable, and it gave me an opportunity to get away from Florida and see the rest of the world.
Of course, you're an attorney at law. That's where you make your living, and of course, you are a candidate for a probate judge of Pike County. And what do you bring to the table, Michael?
Well, I'm an attorney, Mike. That's an important. That's an important
Other than
distinction.
sitting
between-
by me at Rotary every Tuesday.
That's true. I get to sit by Mike at Rotary.
Yeah.
But just my experience as an attorney is one of the many things that I bring to the
Yeah.
table, Mike. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't had good teachers when I was a kid and good teachers when I went to law school.
Yeah.
And those teachers need an opportunity to be able to do more things than just what's in the book. And a lot of those teachers have great ideas, but maybe there's not a program or money set aside for them to do it on their own. So we find a way through the Education Foundation for the Troy City Schools to make those opportunities available. Every year since I've been involved, I know that we've done a grant to bring the birds from Auburn to come down, the Raptor Center.
Raptor Center.
Yeah.
And the Raptor Center will come down for the first grade classes at the Troy Elementary and show them all of the different raptors and the different things that they can do. I think one year they even let them fly around in the
Oh boy.
gym.
Uh-huh.
And those kids may only have that opportunity one time in their life if we do it this time.
Yeah. Wait a minute now. Is this the eagle or?
They bring the eagle, they bring
Oh,
hawks,
man,
they bring
yeah.
vultures, they
Yeah.
bring
And
owls.
which nobody in the country can do that. What
Right.
they do,
That's
it's
right.
just unbelievable what they do.
That's right, but we get through the Troy City Schools
Yeah.
Education Foundation, we have teachers that request a grant, and by doing that, we actually have that on our Troy City Schools campus once a year.
That is great.
Just
That is
think about it.
wonderful.
That could change a kid's life,
Yeah.
might push them towards a career.
Yeah. All right, now we got cakes. We got. Tell us some of the great cakes we got out there. Egg custard pie. We got
Pies.
2 of those. What's some other things?
This is a Scottish cake. It has coconut pecans in the frosting. It looks fabulous.
Yeah.
I will tell you,
You
decadent.
know, I think that's a $100 cake. We're waiting for a $100 bid on
good.
that cake. Here's Lynn Melton, and she and I just got back from Kentucky. She made the trip to Kentucky with us to see Troy play Kentucky in basketball.
We
That
got a
was-
couple of chocolate pound cakes.
Boy, you can't beat that.
Then a vanilla cake with buttercream icing.
Oh, here comes a pie.
There's the egg custard pie.
Now, is
And
this your famous pie right
That's
here?
my
That's it.
pie. And then these are tea cakes made by
Yeah.
Dr. Amy Flowers' father.
Yeah, okay.
They are fabulous.
Did she go? Did she go back to?
She had to go.
Pulling teeth.
Yes, she did. And I will tell you the other thing that's over
Repeat
there.
business, Mike. This is what this is for, repeat business.
Amy makes a strawberry pretzel casserole that is absolutely
What kind of
phenomenal.
casserole now again?
Well, it's a
Strawberry.
strawberry cream cheese pretzel
Oh,
salad.
okay, yeah.
I hope that doesn't sell because then I'll buy it.
Okay, good. Yeah. Ooh, and that's a big dish too.
Oh, it's one. It feed a
hard to pick it
crowd.
up,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
very heavy.
okay.
It'll feed a crowd.
And this will be a delicious one. And we start our bids, like we said, at $30. And we need for that phone to start ringing, ringing, ringing. And let's go ahead and sell these cakes and pies. The number is on the screen, 670-0052. And remember, if you don't want to be on the air, you can just give your bid out to Scott, who's up there. And of course, we've got some wonderful. And what are some of those other casseroles?
Hash brown potatoes, spaghetti, corn and rice.
spaghetti and
Yeah, we have 2 hash brown casseroles. We have a large spaghetti casserole,
Corn and rice.
2 corn and rice casseroles, chicken wiggle casseroles. That's the vegetable chicken and noodles, and then we have poppy seed casserole, which you've bid
yeah, I've
on.
got one of those already, and my bid's $30. We're gonna start every bid at $30. We're waiting to hear from you. Mayor, if you're out there, come on, call in right now and get you a big chocolate cake for Mother's Day.
Yeah, surprise your mother.
Exactly.
Cake
And
or
then,
casserole.
or buy 2 and surprise your wife as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and of course, you know, when you moved here from Winter Haven, did you know that that Gus King was going to follow you up here and Booty Bruce was going to follow you up here?
Nobody told me, Mike.
Y'all don't want to have anything to do with those folks from Bardo, though, do you?
We got up here, Mike. We just love it. We don't ever want to go back.
And of course, the greatest invention of them all is this right here. I think I got one on me. The greatest invention of the world is this right here.
Ah,
You know why this is? And of course, they raised them down there where you're from.
That's right. That's right.
And you know, you remember the fruit kumquats,
kumquats.
where you just grabbed it and you put it in your mouth. Mm-hmm. That's what I do with this.
You eat
Just
the
go
skin
ahead, yeah,
too?
just eat the bit. I don't swallow but I get all my juice out. But this is a sweet, sweet piece of fruit that you can buy at all our grocery stores. You ever had one of them? That'd be tougher
Yeah.
to pick than Big Orange, wouldn't it?
They are. They are. Well, that's what the workers
But
tell
this
you.
is not a tangerine. They call it. They've got a call there. Look at it right there. But it's a refreshing piece of fruit, and I really enjoyed it. I just have to have that on me today.
There
Well,
you go,
Mike,
Mike.
that would go really well with that chocolate.
That's right.
pound
Exactly.
cake.
We'll
chocolate
add
chip.
that too. Yeah. But or you can just put it in your mouth and chew it up and
There you
spit
go.
out the rind. You know.
There you go.
But the rind is sweet. You know. But seriously, you know,
Oh, yeah.
laying all jokes aside, you were probably raised near, you know, the groves, orange groves. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, I was.
We don't know what fresh squeezed orange juice is. Is that right?
Well, I tell you what, you do get a good bit of it up here. We do get a good bit of it up here,
And I
but it's
love
not
it.
the same. But they have to wait for our peaches too. So
Mike,
ahead.
one of the things I'd like to mention is that, you know, we've said that we raise money for teacher grants. We named that grant program for a great educator in Pike County, and that was Hank Jones.
Yes.
You know, Hank did so much for education in this county. He was a great teacher. He was a fabulous
Oh, yeah.
superintendent.
Love
And of
Hank.
course, Elaine taught in the system for a very, very long time. But we honor his memory by naming the Teacher Grants program
Yeah.
after
Well,
him, and
he
so
is a
wanted to
wonderful guy.
mention that.
We got to get the phones ringing now. Hope y'all did your homework now. You got to call in and make sure these guys are going to call in and bid on these cakes and pies and casseroles this morning. And, of course, we've got graduation coming up tomorrow, Gene, and it's a record-breaking
Breaking
graduation. Over 950 students will actually receive their diploma tomorrow.
Well, that's great.
And the governor's going to be here.
Yeah, I love Kay Ivey. I think I really do. And forget the politics. She's just
Yeah.
a wonderful,
I've
wonderful
known her for years. I
lady.
used to work
yeah.
with her years ago.
And but you know, Troy is growing with the community, and one of the things we're really proud of is that the city school system partners frequently with the university, so that the students at the university get actual experience teaching kids before they get out, and our kids benefit from that diversity of
no question about it.
exposure. So we have just a wonderful educational opportunities in Troy City schools, and we do our best to try to enhance it in any way that we possibly
I
can.
know Chris's mama taught all my kids, and they loved her.
And she
of
taught
course,
my kid,
you've been
too.
being taught at the table and at school. Is that
Yeah,
right?
my whole life, right. My mother taught me as well.
But you know,
in
isn't
the
this
sixth
boring
grade.
though to be sitting there and you got an engineer here as a father and you got all these guys and they're busy figuring out what the ratio of this is to this to that. Doesn't that sound exciting?
it does the engineers.
Instead of
Yeah.
talking
That's
about
right.
ball,
Engineer, that's right.
instead of talking about ball, they're talking about dimensions.
Well, we mixed in some of the sports discussions as well now.
No question about it. In fact, your dad All right, I was the manager of the basketball team when he played his junior year on one of the all-time best teams in Troy. And he, let's see, he's got to be in his mid-70s.
That's about right. Yep.
And he still plays organized softball.
Well, he had to give that up
He did?
2 years ago. He had bypass surgery, and so
Oh, I didn't realize that.
he's doing well now.
Well, I remember when he had
Yeah.
the surgery, it didn't keep
Yeah.
him from playing golf.
No, he had never missed a beat on the golf course, and he's probably getting ready to go out there right now, as a matter of fact. So, but yeah, he has stayed active for a long time, and like I say, he still plays a lot of golf.
All right, that's what we want to do. We want to hear it. No, don't pick it up. We'll,
Oh.
no. All right, say hello.
Hello. Oh, good morning. Oh, hi, Emily. How are you? It's Jean. You doing well? All righty. And what bid would you like to put on it? Okay. Yep, that'll be great. Oh, that'll be great, Em. Thanks so much. All righty. Bye-bye.
Okay, we got a bid. What is it?
Emily Ellis for $35 for the strawberry pretzel salad.
All right, Emily
Thank
Ellis,
you,
my
Em.
next door neighbor this morning, and
Oh.
what we'll do,
you
we'll
want
just
speaker?
hit the
speakerphone.
Yeah, speakerphone, and
Okay.
it'll come on automatically.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, give us a test on the telephone if you'll call in real quick. And of course, we appreciate Emory, and so now we have two bids in.
Not Emery, Emily.
Emily, okay,
Emily,
okay, Emory,
I
and
know,
Emily.
that's a tongue twister.
It just happened to be my next door neighbor.
I know.
So I'll go next door and get some of this pretzel, strawberry pretzel.
Oh, it's
There you go.
fabulous, I will tell you.
No question about it. Of course, we're often moving, and we're raising money for the Troy City School Foundation, and we appreciate all the people that volunteered to do this, to raise money for a great cause. You know, speaking of the Henners, of course, it all started years ago. Of course, his grandma was a beauty queen, and and she married a guy that came in here
Playing
named
baseball.
Stanley Humer, playing professional baseball.
Right. He came
And
from
he
New
opened
Orleans.
up a well, I think it was your great granddaddy that opened up Riverside Cafe. Is that right?
That's right.
And then your daddy went to work for him. Is that
Yeah,
right?
my father and his brothers all worked through there. You know, they all spent times washing dishes and busting tables. And
Right there next to Calhoun and Falk, or maybe one over, was the Riverside Cafe, and that's where everybody ate when they came to Troy.
That's right.
But the Highway 231 came right through there, see, for years
I
and
learned
years.
something about your family I didn't
But
know.
boy,
There you
what
go.
a great hamburger steak they had, and it was just a wonderful restaurant. And when they'd have coffee shop, and of course, Gam Green had a big coffee shop.
That's right.
But downtown, they had a coffee shop. There'd be 15, 20, 30 people drinking coffee down there one time.
Wow.
And they had that ball, the metal ball, and they would drop the metal ball, and they would sort of play a game on who was going to pay for the coffee.
Yeah, that game's still being played at Cinco's.
Okay.
Where's that board today, do you know?
It's at Cinco Drugs.
Is it still going?
Still going.
At Cinco, and of course Walt and Kristen, my good friends, the owners of Cinco Drugs, and of course the pharmacist is Charles is still there, and
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of local flavor there, no question about it. Of course, as we mentioned, graduation tomorrow. I want you to hear this now. Graduation, 950 people are gonna walk. Boy, it's gonna be a long day. They start around 10:30.
10:30, I think.
And I guarantee you, it'll take a long time to give out 950 diplomas, which is a sign of growth.
Sure.
And of course, then when you went to Auburn, how many people graduated?
Woo, it was a lot. It was a long program.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact.
That's one
number,
thing about the
but-
Henners. They all went to Auburn instead of Troy. They all went to get that engineering
But
degree.
we all started at Troy, you
Yeah.
know.
Did you? Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot
That's
you played
right.
baseball at
That's
Troy.
right. I just had to finish up at Auburn.
Yeah,
so.
we don't have an engineering program at
You met
Troy.
your wife at Troy, didn't you?
Well, we actually met in high school, but she attended
Yeah.
Troy University as well.
And
So-
let me tell you a little trivia question. That drugstore we're talking about, Cinco Drugs.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that one of the guys that started the work behind the counter was brother Frank Thigpen
Right.
from Greenville, Alabama.
Yep.
And of course, good friends of mine, and William Thigpen.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
But hey, after school, that's where we went to get our cherry Coke. You ever had a cherry Coke?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, well, you go. That was a big thing, cherry Coke, and those 20-cent hamburgers were pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Birds keeps rolling along, and
Best breakfast in Troy.
since 1940, and of course, you're right. The best. I tell you what, if you don't, if you try their bacon, you'll never want any other bacon.
Yeah,
It is
but
so
the
good.
grits are the
I love their
best.
grits,
Their
yeah.
grits are great.
And of course, if y'all kids were like mine, you always had a charge account at Birds. And hey, I look at the bill at the end of the day: milkshake, 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 4 milkshakes, 3 hamburgers. Hey, they took the whole crowd down there, and they all put it on my account. You know,
There you go.
you know, you don't change hands if you going to Birds all those years. Money never changes hands. It's just charge it, charge it, charge it.
Gotta
And
watch
one of the
out.
great people of all time, Joe Watson. And hey, just I would not be surprised if we didn't hear from them today.
Yeah.
Mine-
Joe's kids went through the Troy City school system. I
Yeah.
was classmates with Sam.
All right. Well, what we've got to do, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to get on the phone and wake these folks up and say, hey, we want you to bid on some of these cakes. This is a $100 cake here, I promise you. And of course, all of this starts. The bid starts at $30, and we want you to call in. You know, I've done, I would say, almost hundreds of these over the years, and it's always a slow start. And in a minute, hopefully, we'll sell all these cakes and pies off. And again, here we go, right here. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Mike, it's Max, and I'm on a diet. I can't eat a cake.
I
Come
know,
on,
Max Howell calling in from Fulton, Mississippi. How you doing, Max?
I'm doing great, Mike. How you this morning?
Max, I should have. Troy played Mississippi State last night and lost in extra innings.
I saw that. Yeah. saw that.
And that was a real good game. Played at a beautiful facility. Have you ever been to that facility much?
I have the Hoover Met.
Hoover Met,
Yeah.
a beautiful place to play in.
I've been to the Mike. I've been to the SEC baseball tournament 10 years in a row.
Yeah, okay, you're right, and it was wonderful. And of course, Max, a former Troy coach, and you know, a long-time sports analyst. And anything new that we need to talk about this morning, other than we're selling cakes and pies?
I was told before I went on the air that I was going to be asked to buy a cake. I said, I'd love to send you. I'll send you a check for a contribution. I don't need a cake. though.
No, we're fine. We're fine, and we appreciate you calling, Dave. He normally calls on Thursdays, and you know, a lot of Max Howell, very well known sports analyst and former coach, and I saw some people you probably hadn't seen in a long time last night. We had a gathering outside or actually inside the stadium last night of Troy people, and saw a few guys that one guy that we hadn't seen in a long time was oh gosh, now I can't. I'm having problems. We got to call in right here, but my insurance man right there in Montevallo from Talladega, Alabama. And of course, Bob Butterworth. You remember Bob Butterworth?
Listen, I recruited Butterworth from the University of Georgia.
Yeah.
He was a freshman over there, running back in Cleveland, Troy, and wanted to get closer to home. I mean, one of the and actually, Mike, he tried to recruit me to the insurance business, and I had second thoughts years later.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Gene, we've had a lot of State Farm. Gene raised money for the university for a long time. Troy's probably got more State Farm agents than anybody, don't they?
We do, and as a good fundraiser, I'm going to say go ahead and send that check in. We would appreciate it.
We'll take that money, Coach.
And of course, Max, we're going to have to cut you short today. But first of all, before we let you go, what's for dinner?
Well, you know, I last weekend, Mike, I had a great crowd down on the river. As you know, I've got a couple of groups I cook for. We did deer tenderloin, and rather than cook it on the grill, I sliced it in thin sliced, and I just deep fried it for about 3 or 4 minutes, just really browned it through and through, and put that on a bed of mashed potatoes with mushroom gravy.
Oh boy!
Had coleslaw on the side, big old homemade cheese rolls. I make canned head rolls. We're talking about canned head biscuits.
Yeah.
Canned head rolls.
Mike is salivating.
It does sound good.
He is hungry.
Hey, listen, anytime you talk about milk gravy, I love it, yeah.
I'm going to have a big old picture of sweet iced tea.
Yeah.
When I have that group down there, they love the Mississippi mud pie. You know what that is. That's
Oh, yeah.
layers of chocolate with pecans on each layer.
Oh, boy, that
When
sounds
you
good.
dead, you'll take a nap.
You're making us hungry, brother. You're making us hungry. Hey, Max, thank you for calling, and have a great week, and I'll look forward to hearing from you next Thursday.
We'll do it.
Or whenever you can call back. We love to have you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. That's Max Howell, a nationally renowned sports analyst, and is a Troy graduate, and played here back in the 60s. And we got us a new cake coming in here now. What is this? This is
That's a egg custard pie.
oh boy,
I
and it looks
recommend
like good crust.
I can
too.
tell you, I made it, so
Delicious,
it's wonderful.
yeah. All right, you got to call in now. Right now, call in and make your bid on a cake or pie or casserole. And all right, now we've got the chicken casseroles, and
We've
what
got
else we got?
2 chicken poppy seed casseroles, 2 chicken wiggle casseroles, a spaghetti
Chicken
casserole.
what now?
Chicken wiggle.
What is that?
It's chicken and vegetables and
Yeah.
cream sauce and noodles. Our famous Candy Shaughnessy provided us with those
Boy,
casseroles.
you know it's got to be good if she made it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, we're waiting for you to call in.
And while we're waiting, let us tell you about some of the grants that we've given over the years. Michael mentioned about the Raptor grant. Do you have a favorite grant that you'd like to talk about, Chris?
A couple of years ago, the PE department at Troy Elementary approached us about helping fund a rock wall, a climbing wall.
Oh, yeah.
And the Education Foundation, looked into it, and we were able to provide that, or help provide that, along with the PTO at Troy Elementary, and that wall's still being used today. It's it's something that
That is
you
great.
traditionally wouldn't have, the school system able to provide funds for that. The school system's so regimented that they have to make sure they're, the classroom teacher is, they have staffing levels to provide the core classes, and again, the foundation provides funding for things outside the box, so to speak.
Okay, let's get on the phones and wake some of these folks up this morning. And of course, we're all of this goes to a great cause. And Mother's Day, no better time to have a fresh, delicious cake or casserole than on Mother's Day. And I was able to see my grandchildren last night. All of them came out to the ballpark,
Oh, good.
and they got to run around. And it was a Mississippi Bulldog, and there was a Troy Trojan last night. And
Right.
but it was a big crowd at that stadium last night, and really was a great ball game. But it was a little late getting home.
I'm sure.
I had to do a cake sale this morning. That's why.
Well, I can top that. I baked those 2 pies last night. I went to bed at 1:30, so they are very fresh.
Well, one thing about this, don't depend just on our people that watch this show to buy the cakes and pies. I hope we did our homework and got folks that we know that are going to call in.
Absolutely, we have some folks.
And of course,
who are gonna do
let me
that.
tell you, we raised a lot of money on this, doing this, and it is a proven event that you can raise money on. And of course, how many places do you get to buy a cake and see it firsthand like that? And Chris, where's your? What did you bake?
I did not bake them specifically.
Did your sweet daughter bake them?
My daughter Hannah, she's the cook in the family.
Is she really?
Taking after her grandmother. She made the chocolate pound cake and the vanilla cake with buttercream ice. And she really loves the kitchen. She's a member of the Charles Central High School culinary program.
Oh, is she? Yeah.
Yeah, she's who we've provided some grants for in the past. You know, you mentioned the baseball team at Troy and at Pike. You know, sports teams they garner a lot of support and they generate a lot of funds for themselves. You know, through concessions and gate receipts. But there's a large proportion of students that are involved in activities that don't have a lot of funding, and the Education Foundation is one of the many groups that help supplement the school system, provide funding for the band program, the theater. We provided grants to the theater department, Charles Henderson.
And they've got a good one too.
That's right. So we're trying to address all the students within the school system, and like I said, the teachers write the grants and we review them in the fall and are very happy to provide funding for.
And let me talk about
many of those.
One of my favorite grant programs that we funded for many, many years was the Model UN program. And when my daughter Jenny was in school, and of course that's been a few years now, she participated in that. And I will never forget, they assigned teams. It mirrors the UN, the actual UN. But the teams are assigned the country they'll work with, and she was on a team with 4 other young women, and they were dealing with Afghanistan. It was life-changing for her because it was the first time she realized that there were places in the world where women basically had no rights. Mm-hmm. And it changed her life. She's pretty much an activist right now.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So, and that's true across the board. One of another favorite grant of my all-time was we took first graders, our teachers took first graders on a field trip to Montgomery, but they took them to several venues, but it was a life skills class in which they took them to restaurants and taught them how to order, gave them a budget so that, if you wanted a hamburger and you want a dessert, then you better get a glass of water to drink instead of a Coke, things like that. And many of those, they had an overnight, and some of those students had never spent the night in a motel before, a hotel before. So it's all kinds of educational experiences. We've done programs for our special needs students that were just absolutely fabulous. Our art students, taking them to very specialized shows in Atlanta. It would be hard to think of an area that we haven't over the years somehow supplemented.
Our telephone number's on your screen, 670-0052. Call in and bid on one of these nice casseroles. I've got a $30 bid on. We got a $35 bid on the strawberry casserole. Now we'll let them have it any time, but we're here to try to raise money for these special needs that our city schools have, to be able to supplement a project or to be able to start a new project. Let me just tell you a little something about this town. It is amazing how many people come to Troy, Alabama, either for a ball game or a graduation or a theater event or dancing, whatever, or the Troy Fest and all that. Just think of the things that have happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Today, 56 teams from all over the state of Alabama, 56 softball teams, and you can figure about 20 people per team are coming to Troy to spend the best 2 out of 3 softball tournament, which includes people like, that's what I wanted to hear right there. Good morning, you're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Morning, Mike Amos. It's Wes Allen. How are
Wes
y'all?
Allen calling in, and hey, you never seen a casserole you didn't like, is that right?
That's right. That's right.
Wes Allen calling in, and I know you want to bid on something. Tell us about it.
Well, what kind of cake do you have? Remind me.
All right, we got a delicious chocolate coconut pecan cake right here. It's beautiful. Pound cakes galore. We've got what is that?
We've got 2 chocolate pound cakes, Wes, and then we have a vanilla cake with buttercream icing. Then we have 2 custard pies and a strawberry pretzel salad are the sweets, I believe. Oh, and then some tea cakes.
And then we've got some real nice
casseroles.
That coconut cake. Where is it? Point it out.
With the chocolate right here. This has got
it's right there.
Chocolate pound cake with coconuts, and looks like it's got some pecans in it too.
It does. It has coconut and pecans in the frosting. It looks decadent. Let me see if I can tip it up, Wes, so that you can see it a little
There we
bit
go.
better.
That is heavy, yeah. That's
real heavy.
That's $100 cake if I ever saw one, Wes.
All right, I'll $100 for that.
All right,
We
all
got
right.
it.
Hoorah!
Thank you, Wes. We
Hoorah!
appreciate it.
And of course, Wes, listen, Wes, before you get off there, I've seen a lot of baseball and have done a lot of play-by-play, and I don't know if I was ever more satisfied than that game yesterday with Pike Liberal Arts beating the two-time state champion yesterday to win the 3H title. And your son was a young right fielder who was outstanding, only a 10th grader.
Yes, so we're very, very proud. It's a total team effort. Proud of that team and a culmination of a lot of hard work. And things came together at the right time, and it was really special, and it feels good to win. Sure.
Remember that name, Davis Allen. Boy, what an athlete.
Well, Wes, tell us just how excited your son was.
Well, they were all excited, and I told him I was taking him to school early, like 7 o'clock yesterday morning, and I told him it was just he and I in the car together, and I said, Davis, this is a special moment. You need to realize how special it is to play for a championship. I said, you may not get back. I said, so you got to take advantage of all your opportunities and just enjoy the moment and go have fun. And they did, and it was so special.
They were almost ready to call Glenwood a dynasty. They're so good in baseball. They're from Phoenix City, and they get all these Columbus kids and get kids from all over. But let me tell you, Pike wins going away. They beat them in the 10-run rule, beat them 11-1 in the championship game. And tell us about this young 8th grader that pitches so good for Pike.
Well, that'd be Drew Nelson. He came in at some crucial times there in the playoffs, and he has a great changeup, and he's done really, really well. And we couldn't be more proud of Drew. I mean, he was prepared for the moment. He and rose to the occasion. And I tell you what, he's got nerves of steel.
And ladies and gentlemen, the most valuable player in the tournament was a young second baseman named Trevor Barron, who's just a junior, and he was just outstanding the entire tournament. And I think it probably surprised some people that he was the most valuable player, but once you think about it, he was the most valuable player in that tournament.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Trevor got white hot, with the bat over the last 3 weeks. And, man, you're talking about a kid that just plays so hard on every single play and brings so much energy to the team. I couldn't think of anybody better than Trevor Barron to be the
Chris Henner's sitting here, and Chris Henner's been to a lot of ball games and coached a lot of ball games, played for Troy, pitched for Troy University, and been around it a long time. I want to ask him point blank, have you ever seen an outfield made up of Kason Murphy, the Hollis kid, and then Davis, your son Davis Allen? I don't know if I've ever seen a young outfield that ran more balls down.
They're very strong. There's no substitution for speed, and that outfield definitely had it. They could cover some kind of ground, and they played really well together. Just very sound defensive outfield.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by Pike County Bank. A little coffee here on the front desk, please, if you don't mind. Of course, I know y'all are still celebrating and having a great time. We appreciate your support, my friend.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great day, guys.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and of course, he's a gentleman that you know pretty well. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I work with him every day.
And of course, he is the existing or the present probate judge, and you want his seat. Is that right?
Well, that's right. Well, Wes is running for the House seat, and you can't run for a judicial and a non-judicial seat. So.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put this $100 cake away if I can pick it up. It's so heavy.
Lynn will take
But,
it.
and of course, Lynn, one of my all-time favorite people. And, what she does for Charles Henderson, I don't know if they can do without her. Do you?
I know they couldn't. Absolutely.
Well, she took over from the great one, didn't she?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, all right. Now this is is this one of
That's
the
the
casseroles?
that's the chicken wiggle casserole.
This is the wiggle. Now I got a bid on the
Poppy seed.
on the poppy seed, and now what do you call a wiggle?
Well, Candy helped me here, but it has
That's the look
it
right
has
there.
green. Here she's got her
There we go.
ingredients right here. Let me show it to you.
Thank you, Lynn.
It has cream of chicken. She has chicken, cream of chicken soup, sweet peas, pimento, chicken broth, egg noodles, salt, pepper, and butter.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Looks wonderful. And then of course this is a very special hash brown casserole
Hash brown
made
potato
by
casserole,
my
that's
friend
right.
here.
And I just got a message from Jamie Scarborough. Wants to put a $40 bid on the pound cake.
All right.
Okay.
The one in
all
front of
right.
Gene, in fact.
All right. So
All
$40
right,
bid. We need to start putting these figures up on the board over there, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So we know which ones got bids
Right.
on
You
them.
got that?
And so forth.
get that.
And of course, we appreciate your support, and we want to go ahead and. All right, now this is a chocolate cake.
That's a chocolate pound cake. We have 2 chocolate pound cakes. This one is made by Hannah Huner, and this one by Countess Carswell.
Oh boy, I know
Both
it's good.
cooks.
And of course, this homemade bread looks good too.
It's cheese toast that goes with the chicken
Yeah.
wiggle.
Now, what is this right here?
That's the hash brown potato casserole, Mike.
And did you bake it?
Well, it's not baked yet. You're going to bake it right before
Oh,
you cook
okay,
it.
you
Yeah.
bake it right.
But he
You
put
cook it
it
at
together.
350 until it bubbles and it's ready to go.
All right, has it got eggs? Is this a,
No eggs in it. It's hash browns, it's
I
onions,
got
salt
you.
and pepper.
Oh boy, and then
lot
the
of
bread goes
cheese.
with it. Is that right?
And the bread, I think, goes with our spaghetti casserole.
Oh well, all right. And of
No, it
course,
goes with chicken
Oh,
wiggle.
man.
Chicken wiggle casserole. I'm
oh
sorry.
gosh, man, I love spaghetti casserole. Give me a $30 bid on it. I'll take a $30 bid on on that
Spaghetti
casserole.
$30
right
on the
there.
casserole,
spaghetti
Mike.
casserole. All right.
Yeah, I'll take a $30 bid on it.
It
But
looks
I
good.
don't mean to get it at 30 now. It's a $100 casserole now.
Y'all
Let's
bid him
call
up.
in.
He wants to
Bid
buy it
him
at
up.
100.
There you go.
But of course, we're dealing this morning, and we've got several casseroles, and we want to raise some money, and so go ahead and call in and bid on some of these great cakes and pies. And of course, Wes Allen has already sent in his $100 one. Marcus Perry. All right, here we go. Good morning, you on Today in LA. How you doing?
I'm great. Hey, Mike, it's Stephanie Baker.
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, darling. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm calling to order a cake.
All right, okay, then we got cakes, we got casseroles galore. You ought to see this spaghetti casserole that we've got over here. And we've got, tell us about them, Gene.
Steph, the spaghetti casserole looks great. Amy Flowers made, Dr. Amy Flowers made that. It's a very large casserole. And if it tastes half as good as it looks, it would be
If
fabulous.
you love spaghetti, it's
Of
wonderful.
course, we have chicken poppy seed casserole. It's a smaller casserole, would feed 6 to 8. The spaghetti casserole would probably feed 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Then we have 2 chicken wiggle casseroles. They're 8 by 8, so again would feed probably 6 to 8. We have some hash brown casseroles.
That's a 9-inch.
Yeah,
Those
so-
are 2 of those.
Yeah, 2 9-inch casseroles. They're pretty large. Michael is pushing his casserole. It's
good stuff. I
But it
threw
will
some cream
look
cheese in there
good.
this year.
And of course, we've got 2 egg custard pies, and then 2 chocolate pound cakes, and vanilla cake with buttercream icing left.
So, hey,
Tell me the desserts again. I have something Saturday.
All
that
right.
I-
Okay, we have vanilla cake with buttercream icing. That's like a layer cake. Then we have 2 chocolate pound cakes.
we sold both of those pancakes.
Oh,
I know, but
the
now
bid
it's a
can
bid
go higher.
deal
Can
now.
go higher. The bid
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
higher.
Now, what was your bid on that pound cake?
$30, I think.
Yeah, we want a bigger bid.
And then we have 2 egg custard pies. And then, yeah, I think that's. And then we have I would say a half-gallon jug of homemade tea cakes.
It is right here.
homemade cookies. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, how about taking them all?
Are you at home? Are you watching on TV?
I'm at home this morning. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll see them on TV channel 2 right now. You can see
Show her
them.
the tea cakes. Hand me those tea cakes.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
And hey,
Those are good.
I will take the tea cakes.
Okay.
Those.
Well, it's whatever you want to bid.
yeah, we're raising
starting
money.
at 30.
We're raising money.
Okay. I'll do $50 for the tea cakes.
Okay, that'll be
Outstanding.
great.
Well, wait a minute now. All right,
$50 on the tea cakes, Mike.
on
you
the-
ready to go up? You
on,
want to
on
bid her
one
up?
cake.
Tea
The
cakes.
tea cakes. The
Oh,
cookies.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So she just wants the tea cake.
That's right.
Anything
All right.
else?
Unless you
Steph?
want them more, Mike.
Yeah.
I think that's all I need.
All right.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you.
that is
Stephanie.
fabulous. Thank you so much, Steph.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. And of course, all right, that's a $50 bid on the cookies. All right.
That's right.
And of course, we're trying to raise some money for the Troy City School Foundation and to assist in projects year round. And how do y'all decide what projects you want to support?
It's actually an application process. The teachers, at the beginning of each school year, will submit applications for what they propose to do in their
Yeah.
classroom, and so it's competitive.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, we always have absolutely fabulous requests, and so that's why it's important for us to raise as much money as we can, because it's rare that we have a grant that is just not, really wonderful, and so we'd like to
Good
be able to
morning.
fund
You're on
them all.
Today in LA. We're selling cakes and pies this morning and casseroles.
Hey, Mike, it's Jason. How you doing?
Hey, Mayor, how you doing? Man, we got some wonderful desserts and casseroles that you'd love. In fact, as big a family as you got, there's a spaghetti casserole that will feed you and yours.
He'll only feed his oldest boy.
Michael Bunn says that only your oldest boy.
That's about right, Mike. That's about right.
Are you watching TV?
I'd love. Let me do $100 on a cake.
Okay.
All right, what do we
Which
got
one
here?
would you like?
I'd love either that chocolate pound cake, Hannah Heener's, or the vanilla cake with the icing, whichever, whatever you don't have a bid on. But I'll pay $100 for either one of
Wonderful,
those.
Mayor.
All right,
Thank you
that'll
so
be
much.
great. That'll be great. We
Mayor,
appreciate it, Jason.
I'll pay $50 on one of those casseroles.
all right, good.
Which
And now
one would
50
you like?
Which one would you want?
The chicken wiggle or the?
Yeah, it's
Or the-
sell me one of.
or the
I'll take
spaghetti,
both
the
of those
spaghetti.
hash brown casseroles.
There you
Okay,
go.
all
All right,
right,
that
he's gonna
hash
take
brown
the hash
casserole, that's
brown.
wonderful.
Good choice.
Mayor, stay on the line a minute if you don't mind. Of course, we've got you down for $100 on the cake and $50 on the casserole. Is that right?
That's right.
And we're hitting you pretty good this morning. We appreciate it. Mayor, let's see. We were talking about this weekend in Troy, Alabama. First of all, Friday afternoons in Troy, Alabama is about like going driving through Atlanta almost. The traffic is so busy. People going up and down, north and south. And but this weekend is unreal. We've got a softball tournament out at the Sportsplex, thanks to the facilities that we have, and we have great softball facilities where there's 56 teams from all over the state of Alabama, and we're looking at over 1,000 participants, plus their mamas, their daddies, their cousins, their brothers and their sisters, and the grandmamas and granddaddies. We've got a huge group of people coming to Troy today.
Well, I told when I went out to Pike Lewis to the ball field last night to see the boys.
Yeah.
I was we were waiting on them to get there, and I was talking to somebody, and I told them Friday there'll be as many people in Troy as there probably is on any given day in the year.
Well, one thing.
With the super regional going on, and Dan and his group just do a fantastic job, and we have to, we hire a lot of part-time folks just for the weekend. It's so busy. just
Oh
an
yeah, it's
incredible,
unreal. Well, you look at graduation alone, Jason.
well,
We're looking at between 5,000 and 6,000 people here on Friday.
right. The graduation will be and Marcus mentioned at our council meeting this past weekend. The graduation alone this year is the largest number of people that will ever walk or that have ever walked. I think we'll break the record.
I want to say over 950 people will walk and pick up their diploma.
And probably twice that will graduate because a lot of the kids these days don't walk.
Yeah, you're right. And then they bring all their family with them. It's one of the biggest days of their lives if you'll think about it.
Absolutely, and it will. There'll be a lot of food consumed in Troy on Friday. There'll be a lot of there won't be a room to be rented in Troy on Friday and through the weekend. So it will be busy, and it's and y'all know. I mean, it's just amazing.
It is. It really is.
What's happened over the last with Chancellor Hawkins.
Yeah.
Gene, you've seen it firsthand how the university has just grown and grown
it
and
is.
grown.
And you know what? And the great thing about it, the city of Troy grows with it. That's the unreal thing about it.
That's exactly right. We've been so blessed and so fortunate.
And Mayor, just on a regular day, on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the bypass is just full of traffic and people stopping and eating at our new food stores. We got a new restaurant called Cookout that everybody's excited about.
Yes, sir. I think they're getting ready to open, and that's. I think a lot of people are excited about that. The college kids will be as well. They sell a lot of good quality food at a good price, and I think they have over 40 or 50 flavors of milkshakes. And
oh yeah.
Stay open late.
That's right.
And they're a college town type restaurant, so you're exactly right. We've
well, it's exciting times. It's exciting times. Now, one negative. When are we going to get a turn signal on George Wallace going north? Yeah, at the bypass.
Yeah, he's talking about.
You know how tough that is where public is. You have to wait for that line to open, and then the people who want to go right, can't go right until that the light changes.
Well,
I'm not being critical. That's just a sign of growth.
No. We have to work with the state on that.
But you do understand the situation there, though, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and it's every intersection.
Yeah. But just the one from.
The state is more concerned about getting traffic through.
Yeah.
Keeping it moving on 231.
That's right.
So, it's important for, but for us local folks, we're trying to get
exactly
across.
right.
So, hopefully we'll be able to work with it as time goes by, and we're working on.
All right, and please, I'm not being critical, but I think I try to represent the public. We're talking to the mayor, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Once you get to that intersection, you can't turn right until the light changes where the people going into Publix, which is wonderful. And that's the only problem I've seen with it, though.
But it's just just one of the pangs of growth, Jason. And even though I retired last year, I'll always be a Troy University person. And I just want to say how proud I am of the town-gown relationship we have in Troy. It just supersedes. I've taught at other universities, and I have never seen such a positive interaction between the local community and the university, and it has reaped benefits for everyone.
Jason, you were raised a Trojan just like me, and hey, there's no question about your loyalty and your love for the university. You have been a wonderful asset.
Well, thank y'all so much, and thank y'all for helping the foundation, and Mike, I really appreciate all you do for, you're our town's biggest cheerleader, and I enjoyed listening to you call the Pike game. And
Well, good. Thank you.
Guys and you know, just great. You know, who would ever thought when I was a little kid and Harold Freeman came and fixed my grandparents' TV that he would, you know, what an empire would have grown up around.
Fiber optic cable. They said he was crazy, and he's been the innovator of fiber optic cable, and you know all about that.
He was a visionary.
Absolutely, and that's so it's great to see you know what y'all
Yeah.
You know help the community with.
Well, I tell you what, you were born and raised with a great mom and daddy, but your grandmom and granddaddy, they out-perceived themselves. I mean, they're fabulous people, and of course we lost Homer, one of the all-time greats, and then your mama, your grandmama is just wonderful.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. They, you know, granddaddy thought the world of you, and of course, you
Homer.
know, as close as your Michael and our John is, you know, y'all are special to us.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we appreciate it, and thank y'all for all you do, and thank the foundation.
And thank you for your
Thank you
support
so
of
much.
the
Are you going to have
public
somebody to
schools.
come by, or do we need to get this to you?
If it could be either dropped off at City Hall or I might be able to get by.
We'll make
We'll
bring
have
it
somebody here tonight.
Yeah, we'll bring it by City Hall, Jason. We appreciate you purchasing
Okay.
it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And I'll make sure I'll get and I'll get the money to either it'll be at City Hall or I'll get it to Chris Unit.
Okay.
All right. Thank
that'll
you
be
so
great.
much, Jason. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Y'all,
Bye.
all right.
Of course, he's busy, and you know, you get the opportunity to talk to the mayor. You want to talk to the mayor, and of course, he's a great guy, and I think he appreciates it. And what I was talking about was going up George Wallace. You know, you can either go wait to go to Public straight ahead, or you could there is a left turn to take you to Dothan, but you're tied up with one lane and you're trying to turn right, which would solve a lot of the problems, but you have to wait for the light to go straight first.
It's
you
just
know.
tough because there's
And
no
hopefully
room.
that'll stay lit long enough for you to turn right, you
Yeah,
know,
there you
and go to
go.
Montgomery. But that's just growing swords, I'm sure.
That's right. Progress is progress.
Yeah,
It
no
means we
question
gotta
about
make
it.
room.
And it's nothing negative at all. Like you said, the highway department is the one that you're dealing with here, and
No doubt.
You know, in all of our enthusiasm, we forgot we have we still have one of the corn and rice casseroles left.
That's right.
That Lynn made
Yeah.
that is just absolutely fabulous. And I want to do a shout out to Elaine Jones. Elaine gave me a very significant check, and she has put bids on several things.
that is
So,
wonderful.
That's right.
All right,
Say thank
Jamie
you.
got beat out on the pound cake, but she's moving her bid over to the spaghetti, so she's beat you out on the spaghetti.
all right.
right
What
now.
is the bid on the spaghetti?
$40 on the spaghetti
All
right
right,
now from
that-
Jamie Scarborough.
Oh man, that's a great one there, no question about it. All right, now let's see what we need now. We'll go ahead and take some of these off the
Yeah,
board.
we need to take both of these
These
off.
two, they go to the mayor. Is that
Oh, wait a
right?
minute. The mayor's getting this one.
Mayor's
right?
getting
Yeah.
this one.
Getting this one. Okay.
And you got-
and then this one is for Elaine.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, and the cookies are already
The
they're
cookies
gone,
are gone.
and that means we've got some
We've got
of
some
these delicious pies, and of course the bid start at $30 on the pies. All right, this is gone. One of these is gone.
One
isn't
of
it?
those, yeah.
Yeah.
But did the
But
mayor
we
get-
haven't, we
who
have
got
another.
this?
No,
Alan, was
no,
that?
Wes.
Is this what Wes got? Who got this?
Yeah, Wes bid $50
Okay.
on one.
He got Wes got that Scottish cake.
Yeah, but he
Okay, I
also
got
got
you.
$50 on the potato
Did he get that?
casserole. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that,
The
but
mayor I think the mayor got the other one.
all right, mayor got the other one. Okay, so how many things did the mayor get there now?
I
Let's
know.
see.
2 things.
Yeah.
He got two. Okay. All right, so we're still got plenty, and of course this is Wiggle is
The
a
chicken wiggle.
boy. That's a loaded casserole right there.
We're getting low though.
All right, now,
So we have one chocolate pound cake.
She
No,
moved
she
her bid
changed-
over
she
to the
changed.
spaghetti.
That's why we sort of need to make sure we're right on
Right.
the board on what we're giving away here.
We have the 2 egg custard
Yeah.
pies. We have one chicken wiggle casserole. One. Put your corn and rice casserole up here, so
Spaghetti
we won't forget
casserole. Okay, yeah.
it.
we
The spaghetti
sure do.
casserole we've got bids on.
All right,
but we're-
$40 bid on it. All right. All right. Now we got a chicken casserole over there too. Is that right?
Right here, and then we have one where you bid on
Yeah.
the chicken poppy
I
seed
tell you what.
casserole.
I tell you what. Oh.
You want to change to that
Yeah, I
one?
want to change to that spaghetti. Put
Okay.
me down for 50 and bring the other casserole on board.
Oh,
Got it.
You know, the one, the chicken casserole.
oh, it's in the refrigerator, the chicken demand.
How many do we have of those?
One.
Oh, I thought we had one
Well,
left.
one left. Mhm.
Okay, one left. All right, we're moving along, and Mike Amos, along with Gene LaLiberty and Michael Bunn, and Michael and I have been friends a long time. And gosh, you've been in Troy how long now? 20 years?
Oh, longer than that, Mike, since
30 years.
1989. Yeah.
Since 1989. You
1989.
haven't been here a long time.
There's our poppy seed chicken right there.
Yeah, that's
it's-
right.
And it's frozen. So
move that over
frozen
this
All right,
way.
so
yeah.
right now there's a $50 bid
got a-
on this spaghetti
Spaghetti
casserole.
casserole.
So call in if you want to bid
And
on
we
it.
have a $30 bid on the poppy seed chicken.
You want to hand me the hash brown since
All right,
it's
the
gone?
hash brown.
Well, we
Then
have
we got.
one more though, don't we?
sold
No?
both.
We
All right, this
sold
is
both.
heavy.
Okay.
All right, now do we have bids on all those now?
They're a bit
Okay.
large bids.
And there's some. All right, now how about that
think the
cake
bread goes
there?
with
We got a bid on it?
We
Yeah.
got a
The
bid on that?
no, the chocolate pound cake's available, but I will tell
One
you,
left.
put a $35 bid for me on that.
On the cake or
On the cake, on the
Okay, on the
cake.
cake. All right, so we've still got these wonderful pies, and some people live and die for egg custard pie.
I know.
And you are famous for it, I know. Now this is your own
It's a-
crust,
yes, it is. Yes,
and
it
I tell
is.
you, I love that. And
Well,
know-
put a bid on it.
well, right now I've got the bid on the spaghetti casserole. And this right here is that wiggle, and it's a heavy dish.
It is heavy. It looks great. Looks
And so,
fabulous.
all right, what do we not have bids on here?
We don't have a bid on the corn and rice casserole or the two pies. We have one chicken poppy seed
Yeah.
casserole and the chicken wiggle.
Yeah,
we have bids on
exactly.
everything
I'm going to
else.
put a bid on a $30 bid on one of the egg custard pies.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful,
All right,
wonderful. All right, and also, Miss Melton, give us sort of a line score on how we look right now. I would think we raised over $500 already.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
and like I said, Elaine gave me a large check, and
Yeah.
we're just we're going to
Well, isn't
give
that
her
wonderful?
some things.
Yeah.
Yes, very large check. So we're probably
And of course,
we're
we
probably
want you to
in
call
the
in.
We're probably in the $800 range.
All right, I would love to raise $1,000
That would
today.
be
Wouldn't that be
great.
We
wonderful?
could really use it, Mike. That's
And of course, that'd be a great goal. And right now, we're waiting for you to make your calls. And that we still, what's the bid on the cake right now?
35.
35, and no bids on the pies. And
We have one $30
Yeah.
bid.
now let me ask you about your evidently you've done this a lot. You're pretty famous for this dish. Is that right?
I'm good. Yeah, the hash brown potato casserole. Yeah.
those
All right,
tea
now
cakes
do
are
you
sold.
go
And the tea
ahead
cakes have been sold.
Yes, there's some.
Hey, do you
Smooth
go
over
ahead
there.
and add scrambled eggs and sausage with it? or what
No,
do
no,
you
that'd
do?
be a good one for a breakfast casserole.
That's what I'm
Mike. That's
saying,
absolutely
yeah.
right. I think about that.
But of course, you put it in the oven for how long?
You put it in the
Yeah,
oven
look
at
here, look
350.
here. We are y'all raising.
We're raising money for the Troy City Schools
Yeah.
Education Foundation, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Troy,
you just put it in there until the cheese starts to bubble up through
Yeah.
the topping, and you're ready to go.
Yeah. Troy City School Education
Foundation.
Foundation, and that's what we're raising money for. And ladies and gentlemen, we're doing real well right now. And of course, while we sell these cakes and pies, we want to let you know what's going on. And with those softball teams, and we're talking about all the hotels. Thank goodness for Troy University, they've been able to open their dorms up, or they couldn't house this.
That's
you're,
right.
You're talking about 58 big-time high schools. Hoover's coming. Several
That's great.
big schools coming from
And of
class
course
1A
they-
to class 7A.
And they bring a lot of folks with them.
And that's what I'm
mamas
saying.
and
The mamas and the
grandmamas.
daddies, the brothers and sisters. So what I'm saying, it's a huge weekend. You know who else reaps benefits? Ozark, Luverne,
Oh,
anybody
sure.
that's got a motel. And one thing I didn't talk to him about was, please build some more motels. Because how many times do we
Absolutely.
run out of motels?
I know.
It's a good problem to have, though. Mike.
You're right.
Now they're all going to be out at the rec center.
Yeah, the rec center will have both complexes. They've got 5 these complexes. Each one of them has, I want to say 4 to 5 fields
That's right.
on both sides. So they've got 7 to 8 fields, so they can put on a pretty big tournament. And Dan Smith does as good a job as anybody.
I was going to say hats off to Dan Smith for all he does for the city of Troy.
And let me
working
tell you
on that.
this. Let me tell you the best thing in the world for us folks that are getting old, Gene. I know I'm a lot older than you, but one of the great things out there today is Silver Sneakers.
I will tell you, I'm not
Give them your card and you go to the sports rec free.
I go almost every morning of my life.
And let me tell you this. This is one of the best sports facilities you've
It really
been around as you'll find anywhere. And by being a member of Silver Sneakers, I go free.
That's right.
Yes,
Like I said, I go almost every morning.
Exactly right.
And it's one, and not you can go to the gym, which is what I do, but they have
Yeah.
wonderful classes out there as well.
No question about it. And again, it's just another great thing. And now they're building the wellness center, and I'll have opportunity to work out there.
That's
There
great.
you go.
Oh, I know.
And
our
you know they're going to
wellness-
have a restaurant in that place. Did you know
It's
that?
going to be absolutely fabulous.
And of course, it's being built, and and the public can join. Membership. I think that's the way it's going to work, and not bad, is it?
It's-
No, it's great opportunities for people in Troy and Pike County.
And what are your kids doing now? How old are they?
13, 15, and 20. I'm trying to make sure I keep the numbers right, Mike.
So you got one in college then.
One in
is that right?
college, yeah. Perry's a sophomore in college this year. So, and he
And
is-
ladies and gentlemen, like a good, you're in good hands with Allstate.
that's right.
See, Perry Green, your Allstate guy on the Elba Enterprise Highway at the Withington Group. You're in good hands with Allstate.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, his namesake ready to sell you some insurance, and the other one's ready to
Now,
learn.
do you go to
computers.
church out there too?
Yeah, Old Lebanon, absolutely.
That's a great
Out
place.
there on
isn't it?
Kelly Road. Well, it's beautiful. You know, you
Of
can get
course,
out.
he's not only a great speaker, but he's also a good singer.
He
He
is.
and I were raised in that little front yard. Can you believe that? That grown,
I don't
that
know
big
how
old
y'all-
boys played on that front yard.
Well, I don't know how y'all learned how to play football in that little
It's
front
called
yard, but
slow
you sure
motion
did.
football. It was called slow motion football. Lynn, how do we look total right now?
I think we around 800.
Oh, that is wonderful, and a few more.
And we've got some
Hey, and
beds.
we've got some more here, and just because I've got a $50 bid on this, it doesn't mean that that's a $100 casserole right there.
Absolutely.
I can feed a bunch of folks with that, and of course,
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do 55 on the casserole, the spaghetti casserole.
all right,
Now it's
okay, there goes the
Now it's getting
$55
serious.
bid on it. Okay,
Well, Mike, I can tell you the Troy Education Foundation for the city schools does, we've talked about a few of the things. Two of the things that I thought were really great over the last couple of years is we participated with the PE teachers. One in particular brought 2 great programs. One was the archery program that we have in
Yeah.
the city schools. We purchased 3D targets for them so that they could practice for tournaments. And that's been great. Our archery program has blossomed to where it's at
Yeah.
the middle school, the high school, and at the elementary school. We also had a fishing day that they planned
Yeah.
out at the
Pike
Pike County Lake.
Yeah,
And they brought students out there. Some of those students had never
been
fished
fishing.
before. Took them out there, fished, clean fish. A lot of the fathers and grandfathers
Yeah.
went out there with the kids. And it was just a great experience for the children, but it wouldn't have been possible if we weren't able to help them fund
Yeah.
some of that because it's not in the school's
exactly.
budget.
Lynn, where did you go to high school? Where did you grow up?
Henderson.
You went to Charles Henderson, of course, been a very well-known figure there ever since, and we're so grateful that we have a good, solid public school system. Without it, it's a big disadvantage for you.
Big disadvantage
You know,
for the
you're not going to
community.
lure industry into your community. You're not going to. There's a lot of people that are not going to want to come into unless there's good, solid public schools, and that's what we're trying to do right here. Is that right?
Absolutely. We
And
support them.
I graduated from Charles Henderson, and both my girls graduated from Charles
Yeah.
Henderson. so.
And all of our children have either graduated or
That's right.
our son's still in. And what's exciting is how well they have done for themselves. I mean, Lynn's oldest is in New York City.
My youngest is in New
Oh,
York City.
well,
My
your
youngest
youngest
Is
in
he
New York
on
City.
Broadway or
She's-
working on Broadway?
No, she's in human resources with a digital media company up there. So
And
she
keeps
lives
getting
she lives and works
promotions.
in Manhattan.
Isn't that wonderful?
And then my oldest, we're blessed with the great hospital here, Troy
Yeah,
Regional,
you're right, we
and
are.
They just opened up the new
Psych.
geriatric psychiatric unit, and my oldest is the
Yeah.
social worker
Yeah.
for that
Oh,
unit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh boy,
And see,
we've got 10 more minutes to bid on some of these. So right now, the Wiggle, what kind of bid do we have on it?
We don't have a bid on that.
All right, and tell me about the Wiggle. Who made the
Candy
Wiggle?
Shaughnessy.
Candy Shaughnessy.
All right, let me tell you. Go ahead and put me a $30 bid on the Wiggle.
Okay.
And we're actually up to that. Just put us up to $1,010.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ding, 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 ding.
That's right.
Hoorah, hoorah. All right, now this
All
pie.
right, my husband just texted me.
He
He's
wants it.
He
He
wants
wants
the
the pie. He wants the pie. His $30 bid on the pie and $30 on the poppy seed chicken
All right,
casserole.
okay. Now this one already has a bid on it, doesn't
Yes, it does.
it? And how
So
about
I
the?
think the corn and rice casserole, and I know Elaine was very interested in that. So
We got her down for one of them.
Yeah.
We got one left.
Well,
so we have one left.
Okay, one left. Now, and of course, I've got the bid on the $30 bid on the Wiggle. Right now, we've got some great buys, and of course, you've got a $55, $60 bid on the.
55, I think.
Have you
I
already
put on
included that
spaghetti.
right now on the spaghetti?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I love spaghetti.
It's good
Let
stuff.
me tell you
Mike.
who's got good spaghetti is Rumors. Y'all ever go to Rumors?
Rumors
Great
I
is
food.
like
great.
their spaghetti. I love their spaghetti, and well, it's not so cool anymore, but on a great day, it's really good, and we're glad Rumors is in town. And Cookout, it's only the third or fourth Cookout in the state of Alabama. They're big in the Carolinas.
Oh yeah, they're big. The
And-
Clemson has one,
yeah,
and I
and-
can recommend
That's
it.
right, and it's fixing to open up, And hey, build it and they'll come.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this university is doing. They're building it, and these kids are looking forward to coming into school at Troy. And somebody told me they're gonna march 400 kids in the band next year.
That's great.
Now you've got a background with the stadium expansion, and that music doesn't blow out the end of the stadium. It hits it and it comes back in.
It's
Is
going
that
to be
right?
fabulous.
gonna be
And I've got to say, we open up. Troy opens up with Boise
Boise.
State on Labor Day weekend, and then everyone needs to travel out
Yeah.
to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Well, and
on
I'm
the
putting
15th.
I'm putting a trip on right now to that. If you want to go to Nebraska to a football game, Lynn, I know you love it. Didn't you like going to Lexington with us?
It was wonderful, wonderful trip. You did a great job organizing it, and then sitting in Rupp Arena.
Yeah,
If
you don't
you're a
get to do
college
that. You
basketball
don't get to
fan,
do that.
sitting in Rupp Arena.
Don't you agree?
I agree. You need to do
And
this
you don't
thing.
get to do that much. And we saw the horse country, and y'all
Beautiful.
visited with one of your very best friends. Got a son up there now.
Yeah, Michael Fox was there. Now he's moved on from there now.
He
but
is. Where's
Michael
he- where's he
Fox was
now?
there. He's in Arkansas now, but he was working as a trainer with the athletic department at Kentucky, so he was able to give us some backstage, as they call it, tours, and we really
Oh, yeah, I
enjoyed
know
that
it
one.
was
Just
fun.
Watching a basketball game in Rupp
Yeah,
Arena,
and
and I'll tell
and
you,
Troy played well,
Troy
too.
played very well.
Yeah.
We had, they didn't beat Kentucky, but they played very,
But
very well.
and I'll say this: if you want to go, if there's enough people that want to go, we'll go to Los Angeles for a game, or wherever you want to go.
Well-
If you want to go, we'll put it on.
Well, and
I
I
like
will
it.
tell you, even though when you get there, that is just tons of fun supporting your team and seeing
Oh yeah,
things.
exactly.
But I will tell you, 2/3 of it is the fun we have on the bus.
Oh yeah. No
Everybody
question about it.
brings food. You will gain 5 pounds on any trip.
we got people that just love it, and that's what it's all about is camaraderie and support. And we're going to make some kind of trip. Now you've been there before. Now, give
To
me an
Lincoln?
idea. Give me an idea. All right, would you go to St. Louis? and then up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You go Nashville, St. Louis, bypass on the north edge of.
So we could spend a night
Kansas
probably
City.
in St. Louis and drive up the next day, or how could we do it?
Yeah, you could. In fact, that would be the best thing is to push through
And
St.
then come
Louis.
back the next night, spend the night, and then go on
Well,
back.
except I'd spend the next night in Paducah.
Okay, good. You can map this out for
Oh
me.
yeah, because my daughter lives up there,
Paducah,
so we go all the
Paducah,
time.
Kentucky.
And
That's
who
right.
was from Paducah?
Oh gosh, I should know this.
One of our quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, and he was a great one. The great passer.
Just
Can't
a
remember.
couple times
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
And he was from Paducah.
Paducah.
Look at that. Goes a $100 bid there. All right. How do we look, Miss Melton?
I think we're in good shape.
What items do we need to sell?
We have one. We need a bid on this corn and rice casserole,
All right.
and one chicken wiggle. These
Whoa,
are the
boy.
only two.
All right. All right. So I've got one of
Oh,
these.
no, he put a $30 bid on the chicken
Yeah, but
wiggle.
we have two
I
chickens.
know,
All right,
but one
okay,
is
good.
pretty much-
Oh, okay, so we've already done that. Oh, okay.
All right. So all right.
So really, we know, cause, yeah.
All right. Do we still have? All right. Now these are great casseroles for your Mother's Day, and want to wish all of you a happy Mother's Day out there. And you know what? Guess what? We've got another sale tomorrow right here on this show, and we're going to be representing Orlando Buck. Is your band ready?
Oh, good.
So Orlando Buck and his church are raising money to go on missions, and we're going to have another sale here right here on this show starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, that'll be great.
But now all you got to do is do your homework, and you can raise some money on this
Well,
show.
we're over $1,000. That's
And over
fabulous.
$1,000. And Lynn, appreciate all your efforts over there. And again, and we're liable to sell one at the end. All the custard pies sold.
Yeah, they bids on all the pies.
Okay, and David Liberty, he never seen a pie he didn't like. Is that right?
You're right about that.
And of course, you're a pretty good cook. You were up till 1 o'clock last night cooking those.
Yeah, I had an event I had to go to last night, and I got home at 11, and so I baked my pies then, so they'd be fresh.
Of course, Troy lost a tough one in extra innings to Mississippi State last night, 11-10, I think was the final score. And now they're on the road at Monroe, and they need to win at least 2 or 3 of those, because this is a good Troy team led by a young man from Walnut Street, West College Street right here in Troy. You know who that is?
Chase?
No, Chase doesn't live on West College Street.
I didn't think he did.
Joey Dennison, the great Joey
Yeah.
Dennison.
Oh, I
and
love
he leads
to
the
watch
country now. I
Joey.
want to say he leads the United States in RBIs.
Joey,
And, he's
I
a great
love.
one.
Well, I love going to see Joey and Chase play,
Yeah.
and Rush Hickson.
Yeah.
We are very blessed.
Hickson pitched last night, pitched
Yeah.
very good.
And
That's
Joey
right.
and Chase are products of Charles Henderson
Absolutely,
High
Exactly.
they
School,
are.
public schools. and-
No question about it. And again, I want to congratulate those young men that won a state championship for Pike Liberal Arts last night. They're the 3A champion. They beat Glenwood out of Phoenix City, who had won 2 times in a row in 3 of the last 4, and beat Pike last year in the championship game. This time it wasn't even close. Pike just mowed them down.
They did.
And they got a little 8th grade pitcher that's going to be pitching with them for a while.
Oh,
And how good
yeah.
he is, I don't know. He's unreal. But again, we're awfully proud. And graduation, there'll be a lot of people in town. I don't expect to sit down immediately to eat this weekend on our.
No.
If you're going to go to Sussex, you better go early.
You
That's
bet.
right.
Because,
Yeah.
all right, the reason I'm saying that, and this is good for logistics, very important, is that graduation is going to be going on about 2 o'clock.
Oh yeah, at
I
least.
mean, there were that many people, so eat before 12 o'clock
right.
tomorrow.
They'll push it to get
You're going
out
to
as quick
Sisters or
as they
somewhere
can.
like
Yeah,
that.
if you go by 11:30, and you should be
Yeah,
out
exactly.
before the university.
And of course,
crowd.
all these great restaurants, and of course, Mossy Grove will be open not for lunch but for supper.
And gas up if you need gas.
And you know,
gas
a
up
lot of
early.
graduation people come in and party for the day before. There'll be a lot of partying tonight, probably. Isn't that
It
right?
is. Well,
Sure.
That's
we're-
part of it, isn't it?
Well, they came up here. They've worked hard, and hopefully
That's
they're
right.
coming out with
Yeah.
graduating with a good degree
Yeah,
from
exactly.
Troy,
Well,
and they
of
should be
course,
happy about it.
Graduation is always exciting
Yeah.
and always important, but we are fortunate at Troy that we often are graduating folks who are the first
Yeah.
in their family to
Yeah.
go to college and graduate, and so it's a big,
Now,
big
I don't
event.
know if they'll shut it down, but the actual capacities on the ground and the upper floors, we're talking about 6,500 capacity up, even on the floor and in seats. But you could stand up around the arena.
You have to be
If the
careful
fire
with the fire
marshal-
marshal,
If
though.
the fire
yeah.
marshal don't run you out, but you can still hear the governor speak tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Kay's a fabulous speaker.
Yeah, it really is.
She
And of course, like I said, I've known her a long time. And hey, if you ever had one of these, just stick it in your mouth and just eat it. It's good for you.
And we want to say thank you to everyone who supported the
Yes, thank you so
foundation
much.
this morning. We really appreciate it, and we promise that your dollars are going to be spent well.
No, these tangerines peel so nicely. And old South Florida guy, he's about to cry over there. The smell
Tell
of
you
this
what.
tangerine right here. And do you miss the fruit down there?
They sell it up here, Mike. It's amazing.
Well, I
Craziest
mean, are
thing.
you like me? Do you like it with extra pulp? I'm a big pulp guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hey, do you have fresh squeezed orange juice every morning?
Every morning, Mike.
Ladies and
Every
gentlemen,
morning.
we're fixing to go off the air, and look, I'm fixing to grab this thing.
Yum.
Good and sweet. Have a great day.
And thank you again.
See you
Thank you
again
so
today
much.
at 1:30 till 3, and then in the morning, bright and early, got a cake sale right here on this show. Have a great day.
Right.